How's everybody doing?
Good, Coach.
Good. How are you?
Good. Good.
You want a statement? Start, Coach, or questions?
Yeah, I'll just go back through a little bit of the game. After I had a chance to watch it on both sides of the ball again, and we did as a staff, there's no doubt that we had a 60-minute gutty performance. The guys played hard from the first play to the last. The effort was never in question. Some things that we did, both offensively and defensively, at the end of the game probably certainly didn't help our cause. But, in the end, we really believe as a staff that we move forward in this game regardless of the final outcome. When we talk about the positives and the negatives, I'm happy to do so.
What positives did you take out of that?
From a defensive perspective, the 3 turnovers, scoring on defense was definitely a plus. We had that 6-play goal line stand at the end of the, I forget what quarter that was, but they were on the 1-yard line. And for 6 plays, we did a great job of defending them. The last play, unfortunately, was that hurry, unbalanced formation that caught us a little bit off guard. We were anticipating a quarterback sneak, and most of the guys lined up in the middle of the formation, so it didn't bode very well for us. We were better up front. We had 6 negative plays, which we haven't had all year. 2 sacks in there. Our 3 leading tacklers were a sophomore and 2 true freshmen, so there were some really positive things. Obviously, giving up that many yards to Polk. The running game part of it with Polk didn't bother me at all, but him getting 100 yards and 4 catches did. And they had a good scheme there. They picked us on the little swing route, the wheel routes out there, and we didn't do a good enough job fighting through it. And so they did a nice job that way. I thought that was really good, though. Again, up front, I think our front 4 now with moving Karifi out to end, having Sione and Justin inside, and rotating the rest of that group at defensive end on the other spot is a big plus for us moving forward. Offensively, the other thing defensively, which was a negative, was the 6-for-6 red zone trips that resulted in touchdowns. So that wasn't good. 388 yards passing, positive. There's no doubt about that. Kreider's 11 catches and 2 TDs were good. Mickey Bacchus probably played the best game of his career. And obviously negatively, we're 3 of 11 on 3rd down, which was not good. And 1 of 3 getting touchdowns in the red zone. So, that bothered me a little bit, that the red zone situations that we had to go for field goals. But, when you're on the road, and especially early in the game, we wanted to put points on the board. So that was our thought process behind that. John Bonanno getting 11 points, 3 for 3 for field goals. There's no doubt that we're geniuses getting him on the field. So I'm happy. Huh? You okay with that, Tom? All right, good. All right. And by the way, I picked an outfit for every one of you in this room for Halloween. I have some suggestions for you. So at the end of this, I'm going to throw those out. Other than that, I'm ready for you guys.
Why was the run game largely ineffective this weekend?
We started to run the ball early. It wasn't great, obviously, early in that first quarter. Then they started blitzing us and loading the box up quite a bit. I think Seth's going to talk about that with you guys a little bit, when he gets in here. But they just did so many different things, defensively, scheme-wise, to put so many people up front that we checked out of a lot of our run game and went to the passing game. So it's unfortunate because we did want to establish the run again. There's no doubt about it.
What do you like about Karifi at end?
Thick guy. We don't have, you look, if you're standing behind C.J. Parrish or Muhammad Usman, you're not seeing much of a mass of body. I like that big, wide, back end, and he's a thick guy. He's more effective on a tight end type. For the Usmans and the Parishes of the world, playing on the split end is okay, but playing on the tight end is not good.
When did you notice Bonder in practice coming along? When did he catch your eye?
Early. Honestly, we were trying to find a place for him on the field. we moved him around a lot. We had him at nickel, we had him at corner. You know, I always wanted to put him at linebacker, so especially because of the depth that we had. But it just was too early, you know, there in the beginning of the fall to do that. He won't come off the field the rest of the year. We'll find a place for him to play. Probably keep him at nickel this week, and then move Jordan Grandin out to corner because we've got some injury situations that we've got to deal with.
Yeah, what's the latest on that?
That Bondurant brings.
Very instinctive. If you watched any of that game, he's got a passion to play the game of football. I mean, he wears it on his sleeve. He's excitable. He's young. Doesn't know any better, and I love that. You know, that's great stuff. So he competes on every play. He is a playmaker.
What's the latest on the corners and Golden?
We're day to day with Golden. Where do I go with this?
You don't know yet because today's part of his treatment, I
Okay. I'm new at this, so you guys got to bear with me.
guess. I
I don't know how much we
You
share.
can say whatever you do.
All right, well, here's where we're at. Golden's, you know, I think we'll get him back for this week, but he won't have, you know, he won't be practicing a lot. Cortez, doubtful. Second concussion. They're not confirming that it's a true concussion yet, so they're doing some more testing. But if it is in any way, shape, or form even near a concussion, because it's a second, it won't be this week. Shaquille Richardson is nursing a high ankle sprain from last week, which was disappointing. It happened in our last practice on Thursday. So I hope we get him back, but there's no guarantees there. So Grandin would be the biggest move back, you know, just moving him out to corner and keeping Tremaine at a nickel. That's probably the biggest moves we make.
Would Grandin start or Lyle Brown?
We'll let them compete this week and just see how it goes.